Yo, welcome back to the Nerds and Glasses podcast. I am your host, Knowledge.
And I'm Javi. Here we are giving you our favorite news of this week. Most of it coming from TGS, the Tokyo
Game Show. Every year, the E3 of the East.
Orient.
The Oriental E3. We had a lot of stories coming out of TGS, but one of the first things I want to talk about was people been talking about this streaming service for a long time, and now people really got your hands on. They showed some demos of people playing PlayStation Now.
Right.
Okay. So
the beta just recently came out.
Yeah, on PS4 and PS3, I believe.
Yeah, and certain Sony TVs or something, which I think are Bravias, but
yeah,
it came out and it's an interesting service. I mean, it's been thrown around a lot, cloud streaming.
Yeah.
You don't need the best computer in the world.
Yeah.
I mean, before it was with computers.
Now it's with the console. So if you guys don't understand what this is, it's hard to explain. I think that's one of the reasons it wasn't successful before, because this is not new.
Yeah, because it definitely seemed like a game rental.
Yeah, so
that's how they marketed it.
So basically, let's say you have a PlayStation 3. Alright, and let's say you want to play Resident Evil 2 from PlayStation 2.
Right.
You can rent it, you can pay a fee
a subscription
fee and play this game on your PlayStation 3. But the thing is, you don't install it onto your PlayStation 3.
And so it's not like you're downloading a rental. It's not like, anything like that.
Yeah.
You're basically, as long as you have a decent internet connection. I think it was recommended like 5 million bits per second, whatever.
Yeah.
As long as you have that, you should be able to stream lag free. Maybe right now there's a little bit of a response time issue, but that's why the beta's out. But basically they have a computer somewhere in the world putting this game out, like a server, an imaginary space or cyberspace, playing this game for you, streaming it to your TV. Yeah. Or device.
And that sounds so fucking crazy.
Right.
So the first example I gave you was like Resident Evil 2, which doesn't seem special because of course a PlayStation 3 can play a PlayStation 2 game. Let me kick this to you though. What if you had your PlayStation Vita and you were playing The Last of Us?
Right.
So
you don't have to install the game.
Nope.
You just play.
You just pay this service and then it's streamed onto your now of course. Now, what we were worried about was like input lag.
Yeah.
We're wondering, and we couldn't find any info on that for the PlayStation. But Microsoft had this same type of service that they've been working on. Yeah. Yeah, and they announced it when the Xbox One was announced, and then last year I remember they were showing
test footage.
Yeah, test footage like Halo 4 on a Windows phone.
Yeah, it was a phone.
Yeah.
A device that is in your hand, which I still don't understand, whatever. But they said the response or the input lag was 45 milliseconds.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, is kind of a big thing, but it's about the same. Most TVs run about 30 to 40, big screen TVs.
Big screen TVs, yeah.
30 to 40 millisecond input lag.
So it will feel kind of like you move your joystick and then it takes a while. But for the most part, I mean, that's just test footage. So I think obviously they're gonna
work on that.
Yeah, work on that and get it lower. I think if they can get it in the 20 millisecond range.
Yeah, if they can get it under 10, that would be amazing.
But
yeah.
That'd be really good.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. That would probably be their max. That's probably where they would want to hit.
Yeah.
But in reality, they're probably gonna hit 30s, 20s, somewhere in between.
Yeah, and I think that would be a big deal for if more hardcore gamers play, because people hardcore gamers like me and you, if we get a lot of input lag, it's kind of fuck this shit.
That's one of those things. I don't know how well this service will do. I mean, for story games, for games like Elder Scrolls, games where you don't have to really worry too much. I mean, there is some when you're fighting, but for the most part, I mean, it's an RPG. It's a little bit more lenient on that. I mean, if you were playing a game like Street Fighter or COD, you wouldn't. There's no way you would play with that. People play with that input lag, but you wouldn't want to have that plus, playing on your little device.
My thing is how sick. Well, here's the thing. There's a lot of details we don't know yet, because let's say for example they do Modern Warfare 2 and they can stream Modern Warfare 2. does that mean then that you can play Modern Warfare 2 online?
That's it.
And that's what I'm saying. They did say that or no?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like that's one of those things. Like that's where like the input lag would really come into play a lot.
Yeah, but at the same time, like let's say I had it on my phone and there was a way I could play. Like I wouldn't mind. Like if I were just on the train or something, and I could play with my buddies, you know, even though or if I could play online with them, but I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna be playing on my phone, so I won't be doing too good. But it would just be fun for me to be on the train,
your headset,
or something. And
your Astros,
and that's the other thing, like those, like how are they gonna be compatible with headset? I don't know if they will be. I don't know. Maybe it's just for story games.
Maybe
But at the same time, that would be like a big incentive for me to get like the PlayStation Vita, because like I wouldn't want to stream a service to my PlayStation 4. I mean, I already can play.
Yeah, why would I? That's one of the things I was thinking. Like, let's say for example, Destiny. I know it's it's on there, but what if Destiny was a game that they stream?
Yeah.
Like, why would I want to play Destiny stream when I can just buy the physical game?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, yeah, the service might be cheaper, but I'd rather just have the game and actually play it to the full extent.
Yeah, and on the other hand, though, if I had the Vita with the 3G or the 4G, whatever service they have, I wouldn't mind streaming it. Like if I was just on the road or something.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't.
As long as the input lag is
reasonable.
Reasonable. So like it's one of those things where it's kind of like I see a lot of potential there.
We saw. I mean, granted, it's a very small scale, but the Wii U streaming the games on the tablet.
Yeah, exactly. That's like a more local.
Yeah, exactly. I'm saying that's what I'm saying. Like it's a very completely smaller scale, but that is awesome. Like that's an awesome feature. I would. It's awesome to just sit on your bed or just sit away from the TV. Relax. I mean, it would be awesome if you can just take it with you on the flight or something. Yeah. But obviously you can't do that right now.
I mean, but it is honestly like the best part of the Wii U.
Yeah.
It's like having that little tablet so you can just
you're
go sit on your couch and play instead of
your mom calls you in to do some chores. You're like, Mom, wait! You just take your tablet. All right, I'm gonna check over here.
All right, Mom. My question is, do you think it's gonna make consoles irrelevant?
Yes.
At some point.
Yes, but the only reason I do think that is I just thought of it. You can use it in the restroom. Dude,
no more Clash of Clans in the restroom.
No more. Can you imagine?
Candy Crush.
No more of these mobile games. Like now you have your PS Vita with like these like AAA PlayStation 4 games.
Yeah.
In your bathroom.
Yeah.
Like I just thought of that right now. Like I'm sold.
you know what though? Like, and that's part of the reason they say kind of PlayStation Vita didn't even succeed in the first place was just they said. People don't want to play like AAA games on their handheld. They want to play Candy Crush or they want to play Dr. Mario. Or
that's true. I mean, the DS has done it well.
Well, I mean, like the DS are like party games, or I mean, like what? I don't know. I can't think of. Give me a game
like a AAA game.
Give me like a AAA story game that's like 20 hours, 15 hours long.
Okay, I haven't played.
Maybe Kingdom Hearts, maybe.
Yeah, the Kingdom Hearts. I mean, that's one of the things. Like, I mean, but like you said, you don't buy it necessarily for that. That is true.
Yeah.
I would buy any game. Like if it's a game like if Destiny was on the for example, if it was on the DS, I would probably buy it just to play on it. Just because I can take it anywhere.
Yeah.
But it is one of those things like it is harder to play on that.
Yeah, because I think when I think of the Vita, I think of like Uncharted. They have like it's called the Golden Abyss, I believe. They correct me if I'm wrong. The Golden Abyss. And anyways, it's a full-on Uncharted game. Yeah, it's kind of like it wasn't like people were like, but like
the God of Wars.
Yeah, it's just kind of like I want to play it on my PlayStation 3 on the big screen TV. I don't want to play it on a fucking.
Yeah. See, for example, I mean, I played, for example, I guess the 4 right now. No, I'm sorry, 5 mobile. Not mobile, but these handheld device Kingdom Hearts games.
Yeah.
There was the one for the Game Boy Advance, which I didn't like too much. It was kind of like a card thing. It wasn't like.
Yeah. It wasn't like
It was, you know what I mean. And then there was the one for the DS. The first one was I think 352 over 7 days. Or something. That one I liked. There was Final Fantasy Birth by Sleep. That one was awesome on the PSP. And then there was the Dream Drop Distance, which was also awesome. I did like playing those on the thing, but I know a lot of people were like, dude, I just want to play it on my console.
Yeah, I mean, because you're not the typical gamer.
Yeah,
you're a nerd with glasses.
I mean, my main system was the Game Boy.
Yeah,
that was my main. Like everyone started somewhere, and I started with the Game Boy.
Yeah, exactly.
So I love the handheld. So
I just think that most people, those type of games, like for handhelds, it's like Tetris. Like I want
Pokemon.
Even
though Pokemon, I mean, it could be. I mean, now it's getting bigger and bigger, but it's definitely like you would consider like a mobile game because it's not. You know, you don't need to focus extremely. Like it doesn't matter. Like you can take your time pretty much.
Yeah, because Pokemon is more about like the grind of getting your stuff than like focusing on the
it's
story.
turn-based. Like I think turn-based games can do amazing on handhelds because they're turn-based games.
Exactly. And like something like Uncharted is
an action.
Part of the charm is like to see the graphics and the sound, voice acting, and you're listening to this little tiny speaker.
I mean, granted, now they're starting to get better with their graphics and especially their sound.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I love the sound from the beginning, you know, whatever. But now they're like, the sounds are like, you know, these really like nice, really super orchestrated stuff. Because even the Game Boy, I mean, the Game Boy Color came out around the time, you know, of the 64, so we're already getting past the 8-bit music, but the DS still has that more 8-bit sound, just because it was easier.
Yeah, and because they honestly didn't have the processing.
Yeah, exactly.
Because like the DS is basically, at least the first DS was basically like a portable 64, I guess. Yeah, like almost like a portable. That's the way I see it, as like. The Game Boy Advance is like a portable Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
Almost like, that's why it's the best one.
So I mean, streaming games, I think it will turn a lot of people off because of that. Like, I don't think a lot of people are going to want to do it on their mobile devices.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people would like the option to.
Yeah.
But most of them, like you said, it is true. Like, you wouldn't mind doing it on a train.
Yeah.
That's probably the only time you do it, though.
Yeah, exactly.
You wouldn't come home like, oh, I'm going to put Uncharted 3 on my PS Vita.
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't say that.
Yeah, I was just like, I'll just put it on my PS3.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
At least for right now, though, they only have like PlayStation 3 and before.
Right.
They don't have PlayStation 4 games yet. But I think when they have PlayStation 4 games, that's when people's minds are going to be fucking blown, because
I can't even imagine a PS4 game on a mobile device.
But I mean, when they do it, imagine that. Like, or even if you get on your PS3 and instead of buying a PS4, you just buy a PlayStation Now for a subscription.
Would that work too then?
Yeah, like you can stream it anywhere. And like not even needing a console, if you have a Sony Bravia TV, then you can just play it off your TV.
So all you need to do is buy a controller.
Oh yeah, exactly. All you need to buy is your DualShock 3 controller, and then you can play on your goddamn TV without needing the console.
I wonder if that's like, you're right. I guess that is like, now that I think about it that way, it's more of a, I think it might have a big effect, because people won't have to spend the $400, $500 for the thing. I wonder how much subscription is too then. It must be a little bit pricey for them to be able to be making money off of it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, because it's going to be definitely competing with their console now. Like, they're going to be kind of competing with themselves now.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Maybe they're just trying to make it so that they don't need to sell consoles anymore, so they don't have to produce them. But then, like, I don't know how much, you know, there's so much technical stuff, whatever. Like, this is like the cloud is, nobody understands the fucking cloud. Like, I don't
Except for the people that can hack it.
Yeah, exactly.
They know the ins and outs of everything.
Oh, no, yeah, they can get Jennifer Lawrence pics right now, instantly.
Yeah.
Like,
so it's like, what the hell?
Vanessa Hudgens on deck. Like, they can get all of those.
But yeah, I just found it extremely weird, like, closing thoughts. Like, I understand why you would do it for PC gaming.
Yeah.
Because obviously no one has, or not, I mean, not no one, not everyone has the PC power or the PC to run these games at a decent quality.
Yeah.
But they have the internet. So you know, on Live, you know, was this service that was gonna be like, you can stream games and you don't need the computer, all you need is the internet connection.
Yeah.
So I mean, that made sense to me. This doesn't make sense because, I mean, except for the older game streaming, but you can play them on the older consoles anyways.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, you can buy the remastered. Like, what's the point of a remastered if you can just stream games?
Yeah.
You know, like, they're kind of like crippling themselves, I feel.
Well, I guess because it is a service and it's only goes like by month, then people will be like, all right, I'll buy the fucking game, or you know, I'm tired of this input lag, or
exactly. Like,
so I mean, I guess it could help them, but I see a lot of hurtful things too. Where it's just like kind of like, bro, you're kind of cutting your legs from under you.
Yeah, exactly. That's the biggest thing I see from it.
Yeah. All right, but you know what else came out in TGS?
The internet trailer.
The internet was fucking buzzing. Twitter was exploding.
Half, everyone was going either crazy or just raging about this.
There was madness on the streets because Final Fantasy 15 finally had another fucking trailer. After the goddamn reveal trailer we saw, which was
the amazing reveal. Like,
actually, the reveal trailer was, I think, even better than this one.
Honestly, I don't know. If you've seen the newest trailer, that monster that you just see, that they're just like amazed by, I had the same expression and same feeling they had. You know what I mean? Like, it was like,
it's so beautiful.
Granted,
don't look into the light.
But granted, the enemies with guns just standing there as you attack them was kind of like,
all right, bro.
That was a little bit like, okay.
Yeah, like let me let my sword.
They were
disintegrate whatever in life.
I did like that his sword was just
that shit was sick.
It was similar like
Final Fantasy.
Like it felt like a Devil May Cry kind of thing, you know. I mean, I don't remember if the original Dante did it, but the new Dante would be like stuck to his back, but it wasn't there, and then he would just put his hand and it would come out.
Oh, that's sick.
So this one was really cool that, you know, it just come out of nowhere. But I guess
some Kingdom Hearts feel to it.
Yeah, it was very much, you know, it was kind of like you know, what was it? Crisis Core had a mix between Kingdom Hearts and a turn-based kind of thing. Yeah. And this one has kind of like, I guess, Lightning Returns style, except it looks like it's
in
open
real
world.
time.
Yeah, in real time, exactly.
Real time.
Where you don't have to like run at someone and then like you freeze and then you go. You get teleported to some mystical land in front of everyone. It's like, okay.
Like, what the fuck? Where did everybody go? It's just me and you. Okay. No, it's like, because the thing is, the trailer is Tokyo Game Show is in Japanese. So I see on the bottom left that there's like 4 options. I'm assuming that there's like Lightning Returns, like the 4 moves.
It could be like Kingdom Hearts that had a similar thing where you can go up and down with the D-pad. You know? So it could be that. Because I don't want it to be another. I want it to be more like I like Kingdom Hearts' way of fighting. Yeah. I mean, it's a little. I guess it's a little bit limited because, you know, you only have those 4 options. It's kind of hard to put all that onto the controller. Yeah. Whereas in a turn-based game, it looks, you know, you can do all this strategy. Yeah. You know, I just hope it still has that strategy too. But I just can't get over. I mean, I know it's not gonna look that good. You know what I mean?
Watch Dogs E3 2012. You guys remember that?
Oh my god, this looks amazing. But I know it's still gonna look a lot better than what Watch Dogs came out to be. You know
well, Final Fantasy, they always look good.
Exactly.
That's the thing. So I mean,
even especially their cutscenes. Oh my god.
They look fucking. They look like a movie for real. And to me, as long as it's in real time, I think
you like it. Like
I like it.
Kind of like a hack and slash.
I just feel like it's not that.
Hack and slash is such like a.
It's like a bad derogatory term. But
what the I like.
I mean, because the thing is, like, you'll say like God of War or Devil May Cry's hack and slash, but God of War at the highest enemies, there's a lot of strategy involved about how, you know, what moves you should use. There should be more. Don't get me wrong. There should be more strategy. Yeah, it is. It is really dumbed down. But there's plenty of games that have that element where it's kind of like you got to time your hits, you got to recognize their weaknesses and all that. So I wanted to have that strategy, but the turn-based, I don't mind turn-based, but it's just like I feel like 3D games is just not the place for it.
So you wouldn't want that, like, whatever that crossover they do for how Final Fantasy 13 was, you wouldn't like that kind of combat.
That was terrible, man. It was it just sucked you out.
I agree with
of the world. Like, it was just, oh god. And every time like you saw somebody, so
you would run away from them. Like, I don't want to get into a battle right now.
Yeah. So like if you don't know, in Final Fantasy 13, like, let's say you saw an enemy on the streets, you would run up to them and then you would press X and then he would slice. It would slice first, and then it would pause the game.
Every time I see that kind of thing, I always hear the Pokemon.
Yeah. See, and I don't want Pokemon to ever change from that, because like that's just the way it is.
Unless it does a full 3D game.
Yeah, which
better change.
It'll be awesome. But anyways, so you fucking slash a person, and then for some reason everybody else in the world disappears, and it's just you and that enemy.
And then sometimes that one enemy you hit spawns two different.
Yeah.
Like not even the same enemy. It's just like
it's like, come on, man. Like, and it just slowed down so much. You don't even want to fight people. Like I want to be I want to be able to just like slice people and then run away if I want to or something. I don't want to have to just be stuck in this arena fucking
it really made it hard to fight like mini bosses, because you would have to kill them.
Yeah.
You couldn't like attack and run away, or let it follow you or some shit. You had to kill it in that time frame.
So I still don't know how Final Fantasy 15 is gonna work.
I mean, it looks like it's real time and not like that, but who knows?
We'll see. I mean, if they do fucking turn-based like they did in 13, I'm done. Like, I'm fucking done. Which leads us to the next discussion. Now, this made me think about Final Fantasy and how it used to fucking tower.
It used to rule.
It used to be like
Japanese RPG world. It
dude,
still kind of does.
I mean, I know in Japan it's super popular because Japan loves RPGs. It's like the homeland of RPGs. But to me, Final Fantasy has lost a lot of its luster, and it brought me to this question, and I present to you this question: what does it take for like a franchise to fall from grace?
Like
basically?
A great franchise, like the Marios, the Zeldas,
the Halos, even the Call of Duties.
Yeah, even Call of Duty has had a
GTA, like
even the newer ones. I mean,
and there's been plenty of franchises that have fallen, like. Castlevania is a fucking joke now, but Castlevania used to be like even when I was a kid, like
it used to be one of the greatest games of all
time. Like you would say like Castlevania, Mario, Metroid,
but even like to a lower extent, even like Metroid games, like those have really fallen off. Like completely. They don't do anything with that.
But I feel that Final Fantasy is kind of there. I feel like 15 can bring it back, but like
there's that other one, Type 0 or whatever.
Oh yeah, they also premiered that at TGS.
Yeah, it's gonna have the playable demo, which I'm excited for.
Yeah, it's an HD version of an older game.
Oh, is it? I just like, to be honest, the only thing I remembered from that was it's gonna have a demo for Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah, it's a HD version of an older game. People have been wanting it for a long time. Okay. But anyways, Final Fantasy to me, like, especially when Final Fantasy 7 came out, it was just like, it was one of the like staples of PlayStation.
And it is the highest selling of them, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Of the PlayStation games.
Of Final Fantasy.
Oh, Final Fantasy, yeah. Like, that's the pinnacle. I think it sold like 10 million copies. Which doesn't sound like a lot, but for an RPG, it's a lot.
And especially when it came out. Like,
yeah, and dude, like, back in the, like,
fucking... Go ahead.
Final Fantasy 7 was fucking 3 discs. Like, back before we even knew about 2 discs.
Like what do I do?
Yeah, I was like...
When you get prompted, you're like...
Oh, shit.
I threw away the other discs. I didn't think I needed them.
I thought they were the instruction manuals. Fuck! No, dude, like, literally, I'd never seen 2 discs before, and that had 3 discs.
And imagine, like, each disc was so long. Can you imagine, like, you'll be playing every day from school, you know, for like a couple weeks, and then you get to the end of disc 1, you're like, where did I leave this? Where did I leave the box?
Yeah. Your mom threw it away. Like, oh, dude. Yeah,
you're rummaging through your closet.
So, to me, it's falling off. Final Fantasy 13 is a low point. I know Final Fantasy, the first one sold pretty well, but
and
then
they've all sold well.
I mean, it sold, like, Final Fantasy 13 sold 4.2 million copies, which is good. But you also got to consider that was the first one in the series that wasn't exclusive to the PlayStation. Obviously, before that, they were exclusive to Nintendo before they got to the PlayStation. But then they didn't make Final Fantasy 7 for the N64, and they decided to go with Sony because it would have taken them like fucking 30 cartridges to make. I forgot what it was like. Literally, like 20 cartridges or something like that. But anyways, for a long time, Final Fantasy was a PlayStation exclusive, and then it became for Xbox 360 and PlayStation. And then it sold 4.2 million, which sounds like a lot, and it is a lot. But then it's kind of like they expected a lot more. The game was okay; it wasn't that bad. Then they did the next one, Final Fantasy 13/2, which is confusing to people. I never understood why they do that.
It's because they don't want to call it like I don't understand why they don't just call it like what like like kind of like just the second one. They don't. Why do they call it like Dash? Like why do they put? It's like they're giving us less of a game. You know what I mean? By putting that, like why not just call it 13 whatever's Revenge or something like that? Just to make it look like a different game. Because I mean they did it with Lightning Returns. Yeah. Why not just do it like why instead of the Dash? Like I mean the Dash just makes it feel like we didn't get the whole game.
It feels like an expansion.
Yeah, it feels like an expansion.
And then 13 got 13/3, which is Lightning Returns, which was the last one. Sold like 1 point some million so far. It's got bad reviews. All like not decent. It got like 67, 6.
It got through high school.
Like it barely got through. So it wasn't that great of a game. So I feel kind of like Final Fantasy is really at a low point. And if Final Fantasy 15 isn't good, it can really fall off the radar. At least in America. And it's just an interesting topic to me, just because I wonder like. At what point does GTA become boring to people?
That's what can Nintendo do to Mario to make it fall off more? I mean, because I guess you can kind of say it's falling off. I mean, the games are pretty much the same thing, but I mean, people still buy them.
People buy them and by the fucking truck.
And those are like like what are those things you do? Like what is it when you call when you buy something because it's gonna keep its value? Yeah. Nintendo games, Mario games keep their value for fucking ever.
They do. Like to this day, Super Smash Bros. Melee is probably still like 50, 30, 40, 50 bucks, like crazy. Meanwhile, Madden fucking 13.
The new 14 is already in the $10.
Yeah, Madden 25 is already like fucking 1 penny and shit. But yeah, I mean like it can fall off, and I don't know, it's just an interesting thing. I think 15 can bring it back, but
yeah, that's definitely a game to look out for. Hopefully, it doesn't just fall off.
Yeah. Last topic. Last week we talked about it. I couldn't fucking believe our timing. We recorded our podcast. We uploaded it the next day, and then the next day
we decided to watch our podcast. Yeah, and then be like, maybe I should buy it.
Fucking lo and fucking behold, Minecraft was sold, or whatever, Mojang was sold for $2.5 billion.
And that, to be honest, I wouldn't blink an eye at that. Unless if I didn't know that only 3 people own it. Yeah. I was like, okay, whatever. The people that bought Minecraft stock are rich. Yeah. But it's like only 3 people bought Minecraft, or only 3 people have Minecraft stock. It's like, oh, okay, that's a lot of fucking money.
And one of them is Notch. Yeah. Who owns 75.
He got, I believe, 1.4,
more than that. That was when the estimate was $2 billion. Oh. Now that's 2.5.
I think it went up.
Yeah, it's more than that.
Yeah, I feel the guy that I think the current CEO has an 8% stake in the company, but he still got like over $100 million, which is still like, dude, you got screwed over so bad. Yeah, like, dude, you still got $100 million, but you see how much Notch has? Like,
Notch can like literally buy countries now. Like he's fucking rich. But he released a statement. And there's one thing really stood out to me, which he said at the end, which was, I sold it not because of the money, but for my sanity. And that really stuck out to me because it made me think about like how much he had invested into his whole life.
And not only that, how big an impact they had. Yeah. I don't think in his wildest wet dream, you know what I mean? Yeah. He would expect Minecraft to be as big as it is right now. So it's just one of those things where it's like, I mean, it is for the money. I don't care what he says, but I do understand that, yes, it did have a big impact. A big pressure has been somewhat released, I guess, relieved. Yeah. But also, more pressure has been put on because everyone's a dick. Yeah. Because, he did before kind of talk shit, but he would say stuff about people selling now, and lo and behold, he did it. But
he sold out.
Yeah, but God, I mean, for $2.5 billion, which of over 70% you're getting, I don't think you can like.
Dude, I don't care. For that amount of money, you can throw all the hate. Yeah. You can throw bricks of hate at me. I don't give a shit.
I have a shield.
I have a shield. I have a.
Like
I have a fucking wall made of money. Or if you throwing bricks at my wall of money,
that will never extinguish.
No, dude, like. No notch, no hate, dude.
Yeah, and one of those things too. I mean, he left. I mean, he's done so much with Minecraft already, you know.
Yeah.
And he's gone now. I mean, I remember reading that, you know, he's been wanting to do other things, you know, other games or whatever it is. I'm not sure if it was games or maybe something else, but you know, he hasn't because Minecraft has taken such a stake in his life, like its own. You know, he owns 70% of Minecraft, and Minecraft owns 70% of him.
Yeah, and it 100% of him.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because and like he created the game all by himself.
Yeah,
you know, like that's his baby. Like it's completely his baby. Obviously, he's gotten a lot of help.
Yeah,
developing it further, but like. The basis of the game is him.
The basis of his game is Legos.
Yeah, and it's so brilliant because who doesn't love Legos?
Yeah, and just oh god, that's such a brilliant idea.
Let me run down this list of you. This is the list of the best-selling games of all time. The number 1 best-selling game of all time is Tetris.
Of course,
no
doubt, the world's greatest classic game. I don't think anyone. I guess it could be argued, but. Not by many.
Now, of course, part of this is because the game was packaged in with the Game Boy for many years. Mm-hmm. So that counts as a sale.
Yes.
So, I mean, either way, whatever. I think people would have bought Tetris anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone can just... Tetris is such a just easy... Not easy, but such a easy game to get into.
Easy game to play, hard game to master.
Right.
That's what makes a brilliant game.
And that's like literally what started all those easy to play, hard to master. Like I feel anyways.
I mean, it's that's the basis of a great game to me. Smash Brothers, all the Mario games, easy to play, hard to master. Second highest selling game of all time. Same reason as Tetris too. Wii Sports, right? So. Tetris has sold about 80 million, I believe. I'm doing this off the top of my head, guys. I might not get the numbers right.
We don't have the numbers in front of us.
Okay. Wii Sports, you know, let's say it's about 70 million. So it's a lot. But a lot of it packaged in. Majority a long time.
So technically, the Wii sold amazing.
Yeah, the Wii sold good. You know that, but I know for a fact people would have bought that too because people were really intrigued by Wii Sports.
Yeah, it was a very interesting concept. It was actually done very well.
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't take off. Like afterwards, it didn't take off very much. You know, the motion controls. Yeah. But I mean, it still has a big impact.
I mean, yeah, people
Connect. Like I'm sure that's what helped the Connect want to be more.
Yeah, you know, the PlayStation camera and all that.
And then the Wiimote for the fucking PlayStation.
Yeah, all that stuff. Okay, third game is Super Mario Brothers. Obviously, sold about 54 million copies. To me, I consider that the highest selling game of all time.
Because it sold by itself?
Because it was packaged in with the Nintendo sometimes. But that's 100% guaranteed you're buying that fucking game along with your Nintendo. There's no way anybody bought a Nintendo and didn't want Mario.
It's one of those games that you bought the game first and then got the console.
Yeah.
Definitely one of those games that, like, I did that for Brawl.
Yeah.
I did that for a couple games where I bought the thing first just so I can be like, I want the console. I'm gonna leave this here just to tease me.
So I need it because I have the game already. So to me, that's the highest selling game of all time. Okay, number 4, 54 million copies. Minecraft.
I can't believe. Can you believe just being this guy, one guy, making this stupid game? You know, like, you know what I mean. Not that it is stupid. I love the game.
I know you're saying it in a loving way.
Yeah, exactly. Like you know,
this stupid game about fucking building shit.
It's about nothing, kind of. You know, it's just about like you building shit.
Yeah.
And you become one of the highest selling fucking games of all time.
And to really put it in perspective, to me, Mario is the highest selling game of all time. But it was packaged in with Nintendos for a long time. So I would say it probably sold somewhere between 15 to 20 million copies just because it was packaged with Nintendos. That aside, Minecraft was packaged with nothing.
It was. I think I don't know. I don't remember the numbers, but I think it sold records in beta.
Yeah,
it broke records in beta.
Dude, it broke every fucking record there. Yeah, like
it's set. It's only like it wrote the record book now. Yeah. Like,
so I mean, Notch is real. This is really a once in a lifetime thing. It's a once in a generation thing. The impact that Minecraft has had on the gaming community, the amount that is sold is unreal. Like unreal.
All your Call of Duties and fucking Halos, step out of the way.
Yeah,
Minecraft is coming through,
dude. And with the worst graphics ever created.
Yeah, I mean,
that's how graphics
don't matter. The core game is fucking amazing.
It's what matters the most. But yeah, I just wanted to leave you guys with that little nugget, which is kind of like, wow, dude, one man. What can one man accomplish? To me, it's inspiring. I know people want to hate on Notch right now. I don't give a fuck. Make your fucking money. You know what? You created the game. You have every fucking right to sell the game.
Yeah, I just hope it doesn't turn out like Mojang doesn't turn out like Rare.
Yeah, where you fucking oh my god.
Right? I mean, I'm just saying that those games, Conker's Bad Fur Day, Banjo-Kazooie. Oh my god, those games were amazing. Dude, they probably didn't sell. I mean, they don't sell like Minecraft. I mean, they didn't. sell like Minecraft.
But they were high. No, just so you guys. Side tangent. Microsoft bought this company Rare. Now,
Killer Instinct.
Yeah, if you don't know who Rare is. Rare created Donkey Kong Country. They created GoldenEye. They created Perfect Dark, Conker's Bad Fur Day, and Killer Instinct, Banjo-Kazooie. They created some of the classics of the late 90s. Like, all these games I just said were fucking classics. Microsoft bought them. No more classics.
They made like Banjo, some game about building. I was
like, bolts and nuts.
Yeah, oh god, why would you do that? And we still don't have a Conker remake, at least. Dude, why don't we have that? That game had awesome multiplayer.
Now they're making fucking Dance Revolution or some shit. Like, that's what the fuck Rare's doing.
They're doing not Just Dance.
They're doing Just Dance. They're doing one of the
Dance Central.
That's what Rare is doing now, and like I don't want to blame it on Microsoft because I don't know the ins and outs.
Yes, but it does seem like it's Microsoft's fault.
But I mean, yeah, you see, one day they're making classics, the next day they're bought by Microsoft and they're making Dance Central.
What happened, huh?
You do the fucking math. All right, guys, thanks for joining us at Nerds with Glasses podcast. I was Knowledge, and this is
Javi. Let's go. Bye, guys.
Later.